Today, we're going to explore the legacy of a truly monumental figure, someone whose work is still shaping the world's largest democracy, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So, picture this. Every single April 14th, this massive celebration just sweeps across India. It's a full-on national festival. We're talking parades, reflection, a ton of honor. It's called Ambedkar Jayanti.
But that begs the question, right? Who was the man at the very center of it all? What does the person have to do to inspire such a huge, nationwide festival and earn that level of remembrance? Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, let's just look at the celebration itself, an entire annual festival, all to honor one man.
So, what does this celebration actually look like? Well, the scale is just massive. For starters, it's been an official public holiday across all of India since 2015. You see these enormous parades in cities like Mumbai and Nagpur. The country's top leaders pay their respects at his statue in parliament. And get this, it's not just an Indian thing. He's celebrated by millions all over the world, especially by Dalit communities, Adivasi, and labor workers who really see him as their champion.
So that's the festival. But who was the man himself? Let's pull back the curtain and meet the man behind the day. Who was B.R. Ambedkar?
Well, the first thing you need to know is that this guy was a total polymath. I mean, he had incredible expertise in so many different fields. He was a top-notch jurist, a brilliant economist, a savvy politician, and a relentless social reformer. Seriously, he wore a ton of hats and he was amazing at everything he did.
So, with all that talent, you gotta wonder, what was the one single issue that really defined his life's work? What was the central fight that drove him forward?
At the very heart of his mission, it all boils down to this: a fight for justice, a lifelong campaign against some seriously deep-rooted social discrimination. Now, to really get what he was up against, you need a little context on India's caste system. He campaigned for a community that was known at the time as untouchables, now more commonly called Dalits. This was a group facing just brutal social discrimination, and Ambedkar became their most powerful champion.
And here's what's so important. He didn't just fight for them, he inspired a movement of them. He basically ignited the Dalit movement, empowering a campaign for equality and human rights that is still going strong today.
So he took this fight from the streets, from protest, and brought it right into the halls of power, into policy. He fundamentally changed the system from the inside out. And that brings us to his most famous title, Architect of Modern India.
And this really frames his masterstroke perfectly. On one side, you have the problem: widespread, systemic discrimination against entire communities. His solution? It was just as systemic. He became the primary architect of the Constitution of India. Think about that. He built the legal framework for a brand new nation, and he founded it on the principle of equality for all.
And look, this wasn't some symbolic role. He had real power to make real change. In the newly independent India, he was appointed the country's very first law and justice minister. I mean, that put him in the perfect position to weave his ideals of justice right into the very fabric of the nation's laws. His impact back then was obviously huge, but what's really amazing is how his legacy has just kept growing over time. So for our final section, let's look at that, his lasting legacy.
This timeline really tells the story. Look at this. The first public celebration of his birthday was way back in 1928. But then check out how things accelerate decades later. In 1990, he's awarded the Bharat Ratna. That's India's highest civilian honor. That whole period was even declared the year of social justice in his memory. And then, the big one in 2015, his birthday becomes an official national public holiday. His stature has only grown.
And yeah, the official recognition didn't just stop with a holiday. The tributes kept coming, in all sorts of different forms. The tributes have been constant. Just take postage stamps. They issued commemorative stamps for him in 1966, then 73, 91, 2001, and 2013. He was featured on even more stamps in just the last few years, and for his 125th birthday in 2015, the government issued special coins in his honor.
And this is great because it highlights another key part of his legacy: his intellect. It wasn't just about social justice. In the state of Maharashtra, April 14th is also celebrated as Knowledge Day, honoring his incredible scholarship and his deep belief that education was a tool for liberation.
And if you want proof that his legacy is still super relevant in the modern world, get this. In 2017, for his birthday, he even got his own official Twitter emoji, a totally fitting tribute for a timeless icon in the 21st century. So,
In the end, when you think about it, all of this, the national holiday, the statues, the coins, even a Twitter emoji, it all stems from one person's determined fight. It really leaves us with a powerful question. How can a single individual struggle for justice continue to shape and inspire an entire nation generations later?